One night, the engines were in the shed getting ready to go to sleep. Edward decided to tell a story. All throughout the mountains and hills of the island wanders a lady, he began. She became lost looking for the railway line. It said that she wished to find the rails, but she never did. Now, if you find her, she will grant you a wish, as she knows what it feels like to not find what you're looking for. Pah! Snorted James. What a silly story. It's not silly, interrupted Percy. It's charming. Why must you ruin everyone's fun? Stop arguing, said Henry. We have a busy day tomorrow. Get some rest and quit complaining. Henry is right, agreed Edward. Let's all get some sleep. And so they did. But Thomas was still thinking about the story. The next morning, Thomas was at the top station with his train. He was thinking about a way to get to some hills near the tracks on his branch line. Soon, however, the whistle blew and Thomas had to leave. When he arrived at the big station, he found Percy looking rather stressed. What's the matter, Percy? He asked. I'm supposed to pick up a stone train to take to the old harbor soon, he explained, but I'm too busy shunting here. Thomas then had an idea. I can take it for you, Percy. I don't have another train for a while. Oh, thank you, Thomas, sighed Percy, and Thomas left to head back to the top station. When he arrived, he found the stone train waiting for him. He coupled up and set off for the harbor. Thomas knew that the quickest way to the old harbor from the top station on his branch line traveled through a cutting. It was a deep cutting that allowed him to get close to the hills. It wasn't long before he reached it. Thomas slowed down when he came to it, but he wasn't paying attention. He was looking up to try and find the lady. Then, stop, Thomas! But it was too late. Thomas crashed into a fallen tree. Luckily, no one was hurt, and Thomas remained undamaged, but his front wheels left the rails. He couldn't go anywhere now. The guard left to get help. Later, Oliver arrived with a crane. It wasn't long before Thomas was back on the rails. When Thomas returned home that night, Edward decided to ask him what happened. I was trying to find the lady in the mountains, he said sheepishly. Oh, Thomas, said Edward, that was only a story. There is no lady in the mountains. Thomas looked at his buffers and sighed. But, Edward continued, that was quite the adventure, wasn't it? It was indeed, replied Thomas excitedly. And I think we can all agree that it was truly quite the adventure. Can't we? Could you kindly stop humming, Duck? It's been a very long day. Oh, come on, Gordon. There's nothing wrong with a little humming. I'd just like my peace and quiet. And why are you out here with coaches this late at night? I've got a train. At this hour? Yes, a sightseeing train. They want to see the lady in the mountains. You mean the legend that Edward told Thomas? How silly. Indeed, but at least I get to go out tonight. Yes, it will be a splendid run to Barrow tonight. When will you be back? Tomorrow afternoon. Well, I'd best be off. Good evening, Duck. Good evening, Gordon.
Hey all, it's me, the lady in the mountain. I brought chips. Oh wait, did I miss it? I am such a silly goose.